How's it going today, guys? So today we've got another video. I'm going to be going over kind of again, it's the beginning of December, so I'm going to go over what released at the end of November, or in the second half of November, and I'm also going to be going over what will be releasing in the first half of December. So with all that being said, please like and subscribe if you're new and if you haven't already, and let's just get into this. So on the 16th, we had all these Air Forces. Didn't really see a whole lot about those. Weren't very hyped up at all. I don't even think they released on sneakers. And then on the 17th, November 17th, there was a Nike Overbreak Broke Brown. They did sell out because I think this is the first colorway of this model, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, they did sell out. And then the Air Jordan 1 Mid Women's Homecoming sold out as well. They are going for a little bit above retail, but probably like $30 over. The retail was 170, and they're going for about 200, 210. So nothing crazy there, and I think it's an ugly Jordan 1 colorway anyway. So yeah. And the Miles Morales Adidas Superstar, that was pretty hyped up. Pretty sure it sold out. And then yeah, I think there might be a little bit more on the 19th. Let's see here. Yeah, there was. So there was the Dunk Ceramics. Took an L on those. I kind of wanted those, so I was kind of mad that I took an L because I don't want to pay $280 when the retail's $100. I just don't think it's worth it, especially since I already have the veneers, which are released on the 10th of November. And I think the veneer colorway is better, which I talked about in the last video as well. So yeah. And then the Air Max 1 Magma Orange sold out, but again, not going for much over retail. So if you wanted those, I think it's a clean colorway Air Max 1s. I really do. I'm just not the hugest Air Max 1 guy personally. Then the Hot Ones Reebok Shacknosis going for a little bit above retail, nothing crazy. Didn't see much on this Ivy Park Ultra Boost. Obviously I talked about it in the last video too, but no one was really talking about it on social media or anything, or I just didn't really see much when it came to the release date and stuff. So I'm not sure what happened with that pair exactly, but yeah. And then the Pharrell Adidas MDHU Black White, I think that colorway's clean. Could probably pick them up for a little bit above retail right now if you wanted to. These Penny 3s were kind of hyped. They did sell out. Again, though, I don't think crazy resale at all. Same with these Bape Adidas ZX8000. So I was actually kind of thinking that they would probably go for like $400, but they're going for like, the retail was like 200 and they're going for like 275. So that just shows you how much Adidas and Bape are really dying, because when they originally released like the Bape NMD, those things, God, those are still like all-time grails for some people. So just kind of shows you how it lives and dies out. I mean, Jordan Brand's just winning right now, especially because of quarantine and because of the Last Dance. People are really just getting back into collecting like retros, and whereas before, Yeezy and Adidas really were kind of taking the cake with the Boost, because they really marketed Boost really well at the beginning. Like, they didn't really release like any shoes that had Boost in 2015 and 16, only like a select few. And then they made it seem like it was like really hard to get Boost, and like Boost was like hard for them to make and stuff. So that was like the reason. But obviously that's not the case, because they're releasing a ton of Boost sneakers now. And then they also made a thing, like they said that it was hard to dye the Boost like a different color. Like here you can see on these Adidas NMDHU greens. If these are released in like 2016, dude, these would be going for a couple $1,000s, just because of like how they marketed Boost and how they said it was really hard for them to dye it, and it was really hard for them just to make it in general. But then they kind of started releasing way too many Boost sneakers, and people kind of saw through that. So yeah, I think that was a mistake by Adidas, but I'm sure they'll figure out something else to get back on top at some point, but we'll have to see. But anyway, yeah, here's that other colorway of the Bape Undefeated. These NMDHU greens, I kind of like that colorway, I'm going to be honest with you. But again, I mean, these NMDHUs that are just all like one color, I don't know. I kind of like it when there's like a few different colors on them, but I'm sure they'll do that down the line at some point. And then the Air Jordan 3 Court Purple, released overseas only. They're going for quite a bit right now too. I think like 350 last time I checked, which is over 100 or 100 over retail or more. Well, it is more than over retail, because the retail is 190 and they're going for 350, so like 240 over retail. I don't know why the date on these got moved to the 21st, because I don't think they released on the 21st. I think it was before that, but I could be mistaken on that. And then the Tur Duncan SB Dunk Highs took an L on those. Spiral Sage is released on the 30th, not the 23rd. And yeah, let's see if there's anything else here for the 23rd. No. So now we go on to the 24th. I don't like these Converse at all. I think those are horrible. But these Kobe 5s, man, oh god, I wanted the yellow pair so bad just because it's the OG pair, but they sold out. I took an L on them on sneakers, and now they're going for like, they did go down a little bit, which is kind of nice. I might end up picking them up in a couple months or something, but the retail was 180, and then when they first dropped, they were going for like 400, and I was like, no, there's no way I'm paying that. The shoe's gonna go down, and it actually has. It's at about 300 now, so if they go to like the 250, 275 marks, I'm probably gonna pick up that yellow pair because the white pair looks really nice online, but then when you see it in hand, I don't know, it kind of just looks cheap. I don't know why, but and the wiper's actually going for more too, which is kind of crazy, but yeah. And these Nike Adapt Auto Max, these didn't release on the 24th. I'm pretty sure they released later, but they're still sitting. Um, Paranoid's Nike Air Force Ones, those are super hyped up just because they're a collab. I think they're super ugly myself. Why would you want your shoe to look like it has a scuff on it? But I mean, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people kind of went crazy for the shoe, and it's going for about 400 right now with a 120 retail. So that was really profitable. And of course, I did go for them just for profit, but took an L. And then the Air Jordan 6 Women's Singles Day. I thought about picking this pair up, but again, it just kind of, because I do think it's a dope pair for sure. But again, I kind of just thought about it. I was like, it's women's. I'm probably not going to be able to get like a big size, and that's exactly what happened. I went into the app, and all the bigger sizes were sold out. So I just decided to pass on those, even though they're going for around retail. But I don't know. I just don't think they're really worth the pickup at this point. Air Max 1 Lemonade. I think these are dope too. Um, if they sat out for a little bit longer, I might have ended up picking them up, but they didn't. And yeah, they're going for about like 150 though. So, but they're more of a summer shoe. That's kind of what held me back on this one too. Like, I know I don't wear most of my shoes anyway that I do get, but this is a total summer shoe. Like, it's a lemonade colorway. It looks like something you'd see someone wearing like out on the like golf course or like playing tennis or something like that, dude. It looks like a total summer shoe. So I don't know. I think they released that at the wrong time of the year myself. And yeah, and also those lemonades, I'm pretty sure they're released on the 25th, not the 26th. Yeah, Kicks on Fire sometimes kind of, they put like a placeholder date and they forget to change it, so that's kind of why I like to just tell you guys when they actually released. And then when we get onto the shoes that are like slated to release, there's a lot of stuff going on in December where they can't really keep track of what days stuff is actually releasing on. So I'll try my best to kind of tell you guys when the shoe is actually releasing, as opposed to what they say it's what the date they say is going to release on. So yeah. DC Easy Boost 380 Onyx reflective and non-reflective. They're going for about 300. I think the retail on the 380s is 220 if I'm not mistaken. So a little bit of profit. I don't know. I liked this colorway like more probably a month ago, and that's really weird because usually with shoes, I look at them and the more and more I look at them, the more I like them, and they start to grow on me. But with this pair, it was the opposite, which was kind of really weird. So I just decided not to pick them up kind of because of that. The NMDHU whites, again, those would just get filthy if you're thinking about wearing them. So I don't think that's really a good pickup. White shoes, you can get away with wearing white shoes if they're like leather or suede, but if they're like white, like nylon like that, dude, those things are going to get absolutely filthy. You step in one puddle and they'll be ruined. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on that pair. And then the Puma Clyde All Pro Kuzma Mid, probably the ugliest shoe I've ever seen a player release. So that's my thoughts on those. And I don't like Kyle Kuzma at all either. So, player I don't like, shoe I don't like. So it kind of adds up, I guess. Atmos Staple New Balance Racer. This was hyped up too because Staple is a hyped up company. So is Atmos. But I don't know what the resale is going for because I don't really like mess with New Balance like that. So I didn't really check like the resale or anything like that. And I also didn't go for them. But I'm sure there's a little bit of resale value there. I just don't know what it's looking like, to be honest with you. Fire Red 4s took a dub on sneakers. That was pretty big. I was expecting to, and I wasn't at the same time, because when I got up in the morning, I was like, all right, then, they're going to have a lot of pairs, so if I get right in there, I'll probably get them. But then I was pending for like 20 minutes, and usually you're pending for like 10 minutes, and then it'll tell you if you get the pair or not. But this time I was pending for like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, yeah, there's no way that there's still pairs left at this point. But then I got the dub. I literally wasn't even in the app. I went to go do other stuff on my phone while I was waiting. I went back into the app and it said I got them, and I was like, right on, man. So did end up copping those. They should be in the mail like today, so in a couple hours I'll have them in hand. That'll be nice. And then the Air Jordan 1 High OG Black Metallic Gold. I did go for them, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because this is a shoe that's looking like it's going to brick. It's obviously inspired by the 1985 colorway that was Friends and Family, but this shoe, a lot of people like really hyped it up and were like, "Oh yeah, this shoe's gonna go for a lot." And then now it's going for like 250, and the retail was 170. So that's not much profit at all. And I don't even think they're really gonna go up because there's just so much crazy stuff releasing in December that I don't think a lot of people are gonna look back and say, "Oh, I want these." When there's like the Adapt 11s coming out, the Kobe 6 Grinches, of course, the Jubilee 11s, and I don't see it, man. I think this pair's going to end up being a brick, which is kind of a shame because the inspiration's sick and the shoe itself is sick too, but I don't know. I think the outsole would look better in white, but that's pretty much my only complaint. And then I'm not the biggest fan of patent leather either, but it's not a shoe I'd wear anyway, so I kind of, it's kind of a shame that the shoe's a brick to me, but I guess it's not, I can't control that, so. And then, let's see what else we had in November. That might have been like about it. But it is December 3rd today, so we'll go over what released on the 1st and all that. So a lot of these dates, again, were wrong, so just bear with me for a little bit here. These Nike Zoom Freak 2s, I don't know if they actually released on the 1st or not, because I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this model. I haven't been really keeping up with it. Zoom Freak 1s were alright. Zoom Freak 2s, just I'm not a fan of it all, so I don't think I'll probably ever get a colorway. KD13, this is inspired by the Nets' new city uniforms, and I think this colorway is amazing. But this is literally the first time I've seen like this pair. Like I saw images kind of surface about a month ago, but I haven't seen anything about this pair releasing, and I didn't even see them on Kicks on Fire when it was like the 1st or like the 31st when I was kind of looking through. So I don't know if they just added this, but if they did, maybe it's on Nike.com, so I'll have to check that. But this pair's super dope. If you guys haven't seen the Net City uniforms, definitely look them up. It definitely is a shoe just to like match that. And yeah, I think that colorway is really sick. That'd be a nice on-court cop. But I don't know. I mean, if it already kind of passed, then I'm sure there will be better KD colorways releasing soon. So I'll keep my eye out. But yeah, this Live Together, Play Together pack with the Air Force Ones and the Air Max Plus or Vapor Max Pluses. These, unless they're released on Nike.com, they did not release on the 1st. They're slated to release on like the 10th or 12th on the sneakers app, so they have the date wrong on that too. Like I said, unless they released like on foot sites and stuff, but I'm not really sure on that either. But I know on sneakers they release on like the 10th or 12th, one of those two dates. So yeah, Jordan 1 High Zoom Women's Comfort. I believe these released on Nike.com, but they did not release on sneakers. I just don't like that colorway at all, really. Same with these women's Jordan 1 lows. I don't really like those either. And I think there was quite a few released on the 1st. Usually the brands just go crazy on the 1st, which I can kind of understand, but it kind of gets to be a little bit too much in my opinion. Adidas Mdr1 V2. I haven't even seen this pair either. Like, I don't know if the site's different than the Kicks on Fire app, but that pair's not bad at all. Like, there's just something about them that I kind of like, but I mean, NMDs are dead too, so I don't know. There's probably no resale or anything, so they probably wouldn't even be worth picking up, but yeah. Reebok Question Mid Iverson Classic. This is a sick colorway too, but again, I don't know. Iversons are hard. Like, they have to be like super sick for me to like even consider picking them up because it's a dope shoe, but I don't know. There's just something about it that just doesn't really hit home, even though I do like them. So it would have to be a really sick colorway for me to cop some Iversons, and I just don't think those are quite that level. We had these Air Max Zephyr Greens. I didn't post these on my Insta, even though they did release on the 2nd, because, I don't know. Usually on my Instagram, I like to just post, like, the really profitable releases and stuff like that, so that's why I didn't post these. But this shoe is really interesting. So obviously it has a 720 degree Air Max bubble on the bottom. But then this, like, pod that's on the side, apparently that's an Air Max unit, too. So you get, like, some air on your heel, or on your ankle, I'm sorry. But that is like super interesting. I've never done that before, so this would be kind of a shoe that I like to like try on and see how that feels on your ankle because I think that would be really interesting. But I don't know. I mean, the retail price I think is like 180. So if these go on like clearance or something, maybe I'll pick up a pair and just see like what they're like and then just wear them for like hiking. But I don't know. I don't think it's an ugly shoe. I don't think it's a sick shoe either. But I just think that technology is really interesting. So we'll just see if they release more colorways of those and what happens with those. But yeah. Nike Donkai Women's Varsity Purple. I mean, again, there was a lot of people talking about this pair, but I just didn't see them release anywhere. So I don't know if they got delayed or what exactly happened with this pair. But again, it's a women's sizing, so I don't know if I'll go for them. just because I don't really like to go for too many women's or GS shoes. Even though I don't wear a lot of my shoes, I still just don't. So yeah, I'll probably pass on those, but that is a pretty sick colorway. They'll have some resale for sure because they're dunks. Air Jordan 13 GS Black Metallic Gold. I didn't see anything about this pair releasing, but let me tell you this right now. If this shoe released to men's, this would be an instant cop for me. That shoe is so sick. I'm a sucker for 13s, dude. I just love 13s for some reason, so that would for sure be a cop if it came in men's, but they decided to release it in grade school, so that kind of sucks, but Nike's going to do what they want to do. So, again, that's just kind of the way it goes. Jordan Delta Bree, these are still sitting on sneakers for, I believe, $130 retail. That would be kind of a good shoe just for, like, working out and stuff like that, it seems like to me. So, I mean, if you're in need of something like that, they're sitting on sneakers right now for $130. Wouldn't be a bad pickup at all. And I think that's it for the past releases because we're on the 3rd right now, and these did release this morning and are still sitting, as I said. So, let's just get into the upcoming tab and go up to, like, the 15th or 16th and just see what's going on, and I think that'll be about it. So yeah, on the 4th, which is tomorrow, we got these Jordan 8 Women's Burgundy. I do like this colorway, but again, I'm going to go for the 9s that release on the 5th, so I'll be passing on this one, but I don't mind this colorway at all. I really don't. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not, it doesn't blow me away, I guess might be the best way to put it. But this Reebok Question mid colorway, on the other hand, man, I mean, I don't like the Eagles at all, and I don't even think that looks like an Eagles theme. Maybe if you're matching it to like their old uniforms, but I still don't think it's quite that bright of a shade of green. But man, those are sick, dude. I don't know what, I just really like that color a lot, and I like how they, just how they put that color into that shoe. Like it's just really, they put it in all the right places on the laces and the toe cap and the heel there, and this shoe just really looks nice. I like this Question mid colorway a lot, but I'll probably pass on it again because there's just so much heat releasing in December. But they really killed it on that one. I like that one a lot. And then the NCAA Adidas Dawn issue 2, the Ville. This is a Dawn issue 2, which of course is Donovan Mitchell's shoe, and it is second model. And they're all right. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Adidas basketball shoes anymore. I like the D Lillards when they first started releasing them, like the Lillard 1, Lillard 2, and Lillard 3. I thought were sick, but then after that, they just got weird. And then same with the Rose models. I think like this D Rose 7 and the D Rose 8 were sick, but then they started to get weird, and then before that, they were weird. So I don't know. That's definitely a pass for me, but not horrible, I guess, if you're in need of a basketball shoe and you really like Donovan Mitchell, then it wouldn't be a bad pickup. But yeah, and then the Adidas DX1000 XZ. This is a really weird looking shoe. I don't even know what's going on with that toe cap, but I don't know much about these. I don't know if there'll be resale or anything. So yeah, that's kind of about it for that pair. Puma Future Rider NES Super Mario. That's pretty dope how they're giving it a shout, and I like that that hang tag that looks like a Nintendo 64. I think is that controller. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know anything about old game stations, but that is a sick colorway, and I like the inspiration behind it, even though I don't know much about it. It's the NES, that's what it is. Just said it right there. But yeah, I don't know. That pair's alright. I do like the inspiration, like I said, but again, it'll be a pass. And then these Puma shoes, again, they just look like bowling shoes to me, man. I don't really see the point. Same with these Blazers, dude. Like, I don't know why Nike and Puma and Adidas are releasing all these cheap, like, shoes that look like bowling shoes. Like, there's a bunch, like, the, what was that other one? The OG Kill Shot or whatever, and they release them at, like, $90 retail, and they just sit. I don't understand the point of that, really. I really don't, but teach their own, I guess. There must be some people that like them, or else they wouldn't keep restocking them. Puma RS Dreamer, Ebony and Ivory. I don't like this shoe at all. I know it's a basketball shoe, but I don't like them. I think they're so ugly. I don't even like the Super Mario colorways. I just think they're weird. And then the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Bread, I'll be going for these, of course. It's a restock. These originally released back in 2016 is what I want to say. I'm pretty sure that was the year that it was. Yeah, so these are restocking again. I would assume the value would go down, but I don't think it's going to go down like a crazy amount. Like, they're not going to be at the same price as other 350 V2s because this colorway is a classic. So I'll definitely be trying to get these for retail for sure. If I don't, I probably won't pay resale. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that pair. Air Jordan 9 Black University Blue. These are sick. They're released on Saturday. I'll be going for those as well. Retail of $190. They're going for about $300 right now, but I would assume that value will come down a little bit, you know, when people start getting their pairs in hand and all that. And then Skate times Nike SB Dunk Low Habibi. This pair is insane. The only thing I don't like about them is because you could pretty much only wear them during Christmas. But again, a lot of my shoes I don't wear because I just use them as an investment. So, you know, this pair is, if I can get my hands on these, they'll be a pickup for sure. Not going to pay anything over $500. I know they're going to be hyped up. And of course, if I get them for retail, that'd be amazing. But, you know, if they go for anything that's not crazy, like I said, like not anything over 500, probably not in the 400s either. But if they go for lower than that, which probably won't happen, but if they do, I'll be picking them up because this pair's sick. And again, I do not think these are released on the 5th. I think they're released on like the 10th. Air Jordan Forces Chico. You know, this is another pair. I was talking about the Onyx 380s earlier. Usually shoes like grow on me. Like, of course, the University Blue 9s have grown on me, so have these Dunks. But this pair's gotten worse the more I've looked at it. And I don't know why, but... And the resale's really high, too. That might be part of what's turning me off, because I was just, like, kind of looking through the December releases like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a pair that I'm probably going to get. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're worth what they're going for. If I get them for retail, all right. But I might even resell them at this point, too, because... I don't know. There's just something about this shoe that every time I look at it, I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't as thick as I thought. Which is kind of weird, but I mean, that's just kind of what's happening with that shoe. And again, I don't know for sure if these are releasing on the 5th. They definitely might be, but I don't think they're on sneakers yet or anything, so it just remains to be seen with this pair. We have all these Adidas Ultra Boosts. You know, Ultra Boosts are just so oversaturated at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's a collab with like NASA or something. Some of these ones are, but I don't know. I just think there's too many Ultra Boosts. Now this Christmas 2020 collection of the Blazer Mid 77s, Air Force 1s, and Air Max 90s. I do not like the Air Force, and I do not like the Blazer Mid either. But this Air Max 90, man, there's something about it, dude. I like these a lot. And again, if this pair, I think if they're 130 retail, I'm not gonna pay retail. But if they get to like around like that 100 mark, I'll probably get them and just like rock them around the holiday because this pair is just, my goodness, I like these a lot. I really do. But I mean, a lot of people are saying the Air Force Ones are the best, but I just do not like Air Force Ones, especially not the highs. Like I think the lows are all right. Like there's some colorways I would rock, but the highs are just, God, they're just so bulky, man. And I know a lot of people say foams are bulky, but look at the outsole on these, dude. Like that literally is like, they're just like too. I just don't like the Air Force One. That's really all there is to be said about it. And then the J Belvin times Air Jordan 1 High, releasing on December 8th. This date is confirmed. They're releasing on sneakers. Going for over 1,000. Going to be super hyped up. And I think the retail is 190, I believe so. Obviously, I'll be going for these. I think pretty much everyone and their brother will be, though, so it'll probably be now for sure. But, yeah. I don't like the pair myself, but obviously just because of resale purposes, I'll be going for them. Nike Donkai Black Varsity Maze 2020. Now this pair, everyone's calling them the Wu-Tang Dunks, and I don't know why, but that just makes me like them even more, dude. I think those are so clean, man. And just look at the comparison between the Air Force 1 High and the Donkai. I mean, I know they're a totally different colorway, but the Dunks just look so much cleaner to me, dude. The outsole's not all big and bulky. The cuts, like in the quarter panel and the toe cap, just look way better. In my opinion, the swoosh looks better. There's no stupid strap. Like, you cannot tell me that the Dunk is not a better looking shoe, especially the Dunk High compared to the Air Force 1 High. But, I mean, again, that's just my opinion. A lot of you guys probably do disagree, but this colorway, man, I'm going to be going for them, and I'll probably hold them for a while, or, you know, maybe even wear them, because this pair is just crazy. And that's if I get them, of course. I'm not going to pay resale or anything like that, but yeah. And then we got these football players collaborated with Adidas again. They've done this a couple times in the past couple months. This time it's on the Ultra Boost. So we got the Patrick Mahomes colorway, the Von Miller colorway, Jalen Ramsey, and Juju Smith-Schuster. If I were to pick a favorite out of these, probably the Jalen Ramsey colorway, but I don't like Jalen Ramsey. I don't like Juju or Jalen Ramsey. I mean, I don't mind Von Miller, and I don't mind Patrick Mahomes either. Von Miller's probably my favorite player out of those four, but... And then probably Patrick Mahomes, and then Jalen Ramsey and Smith-Schuster I don't really like at all. I just think they're pretty cocky and full of themselves. And I don't really like that quality in an NFL or NBA player, so, you know, yeah. The colorways themselves, though, I would pick Jalen Ramsey's, but I'm not going to be getting any of these. And then the Nike Air Total Max Up Tempo OG. This was a shoe that, oh gosh, now who was it? They were just talking about who wore this shoe. I think it might have been like David Robinson. I definitely might be wrong with that, but it's somewhere like someone that did play in the 90s. And there's a lot of people that are looking to pick up this shoe. But again, I've talked about this in previous videos. You know, I understand this shoe might mean a lot to a lot of people, but I wasn't alive in the 90s, so it doesn't mean anything to me. So that's a pass. That's pretty much all I can really say about it. And then the Nike Air Max 1 Mystic Days. I think this colorway has a different name. I can't remember what it is, but this colorway again is clean. They're releasing some clean Air Max 1, so if you're a fan of the Air Max 1, that's pretty good for you. But I don't know. It's too normal for me. It's just too like standard of a shoe. Adidas Yeezy Booster 80 high like low. There's people just bashing on this colorway, dude. Like just saying that it looks like baby puke and it looks like a McChicken wrapper, and I don't see that, dude. I think this pair is so sick. I don't know why. I mean, I can see how people think that it's ugly, but I like these a lot, so I might be trying to get them. They definitely could be my favorite 380 that's released so far. The calcite glows were sick too, but I don't know. Something about this pair. A lot of people are bashing on the black outsole too. I think it looks sick. I think this pair's just sick, man. I mean, that's really all there is to be said about it. So I'll probably try and get them, maybe, but that kind of remains to be seen. Air Jordan 35 Sister. I think this colorway only releases in women's sizing, which doesn't bother me at all because it's kind of bland. And then the Nike Zoom Freak 2 Bread, again, just not a fan, really. These Stussy Nike Air Force 1 lows, just not really a fan of those either. They're kind of just like standard looking. Like they don't really look like anything special. Ambush Nike Donkais. I'm sure these will have hype, so I'll go for them for resale, but I don't like this pair myself. Sky Nike Vapor Waffles. These are absolutely horrible. I don't know why they're so, I do know why they're so hyped up. It's because they're a Sakai collab. But I think this shoe is so ugly, dude. I don't know how anyone can look at this shoe and say, oh yeah, these are dope, I'm going to need these. But there's a lot of people that do, so I guess, you do you, but I really don't like these. And then the Air Jordan 11 Jubilee. Obviously, I'll be going for them. I'll probably pay resale because, it's just one of the shoes of the year. So that's definitely a cop for me, I would say. Adidas Ultra Boost 4D, Core Black, and Solid Red. Those aren't too bad. Again, but it's just there's too many of the same thing at this point. And, yeah, so there's a few more on the 12th. Adidas Ultra 4D Oreo. That colorway is not too bad either. I mean, all these colorways are decent. I do like the Ultra Boost, and I do like the Adidas Ultra 4D as well. But like I've said, there's just been so many colorways, man, and it's just getting so repetitive. And then with the foam balls, it's making me mad too, because they released maybe like 3 men's colorways since July, and like 5 kids colorways, and all the kids colorways have been insane. Like, look at how sick this colorway is. There's literally like stars on this, where the carbon fiber would normally be. I think that is so dope. If this pair released in men's, I'd be getting them as soon as possible, but. Again, Nike's just trolling with the sick GS colorways, just like they kind of are starting to with the women's colorways, but that doesn't bother me as much because usually they're doing extended sizing, so it doesn't really matter. And then the Dime times Reebok Kamikaze 2 Low. These are pretty. No, I don't like them actually. They're going to be a little bit hyped because of the collab, but I don't expect any crazy resale on those either. And then the Kyrie 7 Black and University Red. I actually got an email today, so these are already on Nike.com, so I don't know why the release is 15th. Maybe they're releasing on sneakers on the 15th, but yeah, I don't know. Again, I did get the email from Nike that they're available, but I'm not going to buy them because, they're just like another standard Nike basketball shoe that the quality isn't really great on, so I'll be passing on those. And then the Dunk Low Disper Ups, I don't really like that model. Puma Clyde All Pro Luminous Pink. This colorway is not horrible, but the shoe's ugly. Adidas Mdr1 Ric Flair. This shoe's pretty sick. I would definitely like to wear these on court. I don't mind those at all. I do kind of like Ric Flair too, even though I'm not a fan of him really but I do kind of like the idea of him of people making colorways modeled after him, like LeBron's done it a couple times too. I'm not really a fan of him, but I think that the idea of that is sort of cool. If that probably doesn't make any sense at all, but I don't mind this colorway. Probably won't be getting them again because they're just an Adidas basketball shoe, but probably will be a pass. So I guess overall, I was kind of scared going into the first half of December, kind of thinking like, oh god, there's so many sick shoes. I'm probably gonna have to like pick and choose what I want to get and all this and that. But after looking over that again, unless like some shock drops come up or anything like that, I think the only shoes that I'm really need to get are like the Jubilee 11s. What else here? That's all that I can think of off the top of my head. The University Blue 9s are pretty sick, but I could easily go without those. So yeah, that's fine with me if that's the only pair that I cop in the first half of December. And it definitely very well could be. But yeah, there's a lot of heat coming out in the second half of December too, but a lot is bound to change. So I'll wait for that in a future video. And yeah, again, if you guys have not liked and subscribed, please make sure and do so. And I will see you guys in the next video.